Hi, this is Jenenne Macklin. I want to personally invite you to participate in part two of the Teleseminar, Consciously Creating and Attracting Money into Your Life. But before I do that, let me tell you about part one. We had an overwhelming response to part one. People found out what their financial blueprints were, they found out what their thermostat was, and based on that information, we were then able to look at what do we do next. Now, what people realized is that their financial blueprint, in case you're wondering, was something that they either learned, they heard, or they witnessed when they were a child. So this blueprint was set when they were between 0 and 8 years old. Well, that's old, faulty, outdated information. And the thermostat, well, that's how much money you have right now, how much money you're making. You know how you seem to make so much, but you seem to constantly keep hitting your head at that same place, that same number, that same figure? Well, your thermostat is just like a thermostat in the house. What that means is your thermostat usually may be set at 70. And even when the house warms up to 71, the thermostat does what? It brings it right back down to 70. Well, it's the same thing with our money. It's what we see with the lottery winners. They win a large amount of money, and anywhere the statistics say from 2 to 5 years later, they're back at where they were before the lottery. Well, that happens with each of us as well, but we don't know it. We don't understand it. So part one gave you all that rich information about what your financial blueprint was and what your thermostat is. Part two, however, says forget all that. Let's create a new financial blueprint and let's elevate our thermostat. And that's what I'm going to be talking to you about on September 10th in part two of the Teleseminar, Consciously Creating and Attracting Money into Your Life. I want to talk to you not only about your thermostat and your financial blueprint, but I want to walk you through in a meditation of the energy of your new financial blueprint, the energy of your new thermostat. See, it's not enough just to say, oh, well, I want $100,000 or I want $50,000 or $10,000. I want you to realize that a lot of this is invisible, and so you have to know the energy, feel the energy of what it is for you to step into that and for you to have that. And I also want you to change your language. My mentor, Lisa Nichols, often said to herself, we can't afford her. And when it came time for her Letterman jacket, she didn't even consider it. She just knew we couldn't afford it. Sometime later, when her father realized, he said, did you get your Letterman jacket? And she said, well, no, Daddy, we couldn't afford it. You always said we couldn't afford it. And she always talks about the look on his face when he realized that she had adopted, his language. And then she realized later on she was saying the same thing to her son, that we can't afford it. So our language plays a big part in what it is that we do and how we look and speak about our money. Well, in part two, I want to talk to you about that. I want to talk to you about the 5 practices that you can integrate on a daily basis. I want to talk to you about how to stay focused. I also want to talk to you about tapping into the power and the possibilities when it comes to your money. And each of these always come with a powerful dynamic meditation. Now, right now, I'm telling you, it's for your future. It's for your legacy. It's about an investment in you. So go to my website, www.JenenneMacklin.com, and on the homepage, it's right there for you. Click on Register Now. Now, let me tell you what's going to happen. As soon as you get there, you're going to look at it and you're going to say, I can't afford that. So much of what we determine we can't afford is based on this old financial blueprint. You can have anything you want. We live in a global, unlimited world, and it's your financial blueprint and your thermostat that's slowing you down and bumping up against what it is you say that you want. See, what I want you to realize is sometimes it has nothing to do with how much something costs. It's about you recognizing the value that it holds for you. The value of the information you're going to get in part one and part two is not just about the amount that you pay for it. It's the impact that it's going to have on your life a month from now, 6 months from now, a year from now. That's the value that it's going to give you. And I can tell you now, the value of it far exceeds the amount that you're going to pay for it. So go to www.JenenneMacklin.com now. Register and click Register now. What are you waiting for? That blueprint that you're working with, it's outdated. That thermostat, it's too low. It's time for you to have a newer version of your blueprint, and it's time for you to have a higher thermostat. Yes, you deserve the $50,000. Yes, you deserve the promotion. Yes, you deserve to have your own business. Yes, you deserve to have your savings. Yes, you deserve to travel. Today, you get to make the decision whether or not you're going to knock aside that sabotaging, limiting, old version of a financial blueprint and step into a new version of a blueprint. And if you're going to set your thermostat at a higher number for you to allow more to flow into your life. I look forward to seeing you in the teleseminar. Until then, keep consciously creating.